Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing this little look that I created as a Valentine's look, well, Valentine's inspired at least. My partner does like little details and hearts on my face, so that's why I did it and just added a nice bold red lip. So without further ado, let's jump straight in. Starting off with primers, I'm going to be double priming like I usually do, and for this I'm using the Essence Fix and Last Makeup Jelly Primer as well as the Hello Good Stuff Glow Serum Primer, which is supposed to be like the Glow Recipe Watermelon Dewdrops dupe. So I'm gonna go in with a gripping primer first. My pump seems like it's not working, but I just like to put this in the center of the face where I have more open pores. And then I go ahead with the Glow Serum Primer on the rest of the face, just a couple of pumps. Next, I'm actually just gonna jump off camera, complete one eye off camera, and then come back and we can do the other eye together. Okay, so that is kind of what I created. It's a little bit out there, but I think it looks really cool. So I did use 3 palettes. That's 6. I did use 3 palettes for this, so just use what you have, like any pinks or reds, black, so whatever you have, make use of that. Don't go out and buy anything. So I'm going to go in first with this pink over here, and it is called Make Them Wink, and this is the Beauty Bay Bright 16 color palette. So I'm going to go in with that pink, and I'm just going to stamp it on the first half of the eye. Then I'm going to go ahead and dip into the red, and it is called Hot Stuff. And this I'm going to stamp on the outer edge, taking it in a wing, joining it on the outer corner. It's going to blend the 2 colors together here. We're going to cut the crease, so don't worry about being too messy if you are following along. Then just grabbing a brush with no product on, I'm going to blend the edges of everything, so red and pink, just to like make it look a little bit more faded like that. And blend. So once that's slightly more blended, I'm going to go in with a pink again, and I'm just going to try and intensify it just below where we blended. Then we're going to go ahead and cut the crease. So I'm sure all of you know how to do this and have seen it. I just take some of my eyeshadow primer, plop some on my hand, and then go ahead and just clean out the space that I need. So we're going to do the same as this eye, including that white line there. We're just going to clean everything up. So I'm just going to speed through this. I always just look down like this because I am hooded, as you know, so just to make sure that I can still see the line when my eyes are fully open. And once that is done, I just take a clean flat brush and I just tap over it just to blend it out and also just pick up any excess product. Then moving on to the next palette, I'm using the Makeup Revolution Reloaded palette in Visionary, and I am going to go in with this pink over here. You can't really see, it's like almost washed out by the lights, but that pink over there. And this I'm just taking, it's meant to be a flat brush, but it's like a flat dense brush, and then spray it with some setting spray so we get the maximum payoff. And then just pop that from the outside corner up until like what's it called, 3/4 of the way. So just leaving a little bit of a quarter of a space open so we can place the other shade in there. So I'm just going to build this up because it is quite a light shade and not very opaque. So I'm just going to work on loading that up. And I swap between the brush and my finger as well. Towards the end, I just go ahead and use my finger just to further intensify that shade. The third palette I'm using is this one from BH Cosmetic. It is the Miss Claus Santa's Daughter Is Here So Spoiled palette. And I'm going to use this pink over here, and that is called Unwrapped. So just cleaning off my brush, I'm going to use the same brush again, dipping in and then spraying some setting spray on it. And that we're going to use on the rest of the eye. And blend that into the other pink. You can barely see the difference, but it is slightly lighter in like real life, IRL. Then I'm just going to go back with the other pink and just like try and intensify that a little bit more. This one has like silver / purple reflex through it and then a pink base, something like that. Then I'm going to go back in with my pink and I am going to pick a little bit more up and I'm just going to pop it over this line over here just to bring back some of that vibrance, and then the same with the red. Then grabbing another brush, I'm just going to pick up some of the black in this palette called Illicit, and that we're going to do on the outer corners just like over there, and that is just to add a little bit of drama to the look. So I go between the black brush and the one that we have the red on, just so we can get a nice blend like that. So not very difficult, and I think it has a big impact. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm just going to add that little white line there, and for that I used my Beauty Bay activated liner palette, and I used the shade, this white one, which is called UFO, and I just have like a spray bottle of water, give it a spritz, and then I have these like nail art brushes that look like this. And I got them off Amazon for really cheap actually. And I'm just going to use like, I have a long one, a short one and a medium one. So I'm going to use the medium one. So I like to have it like slightly watery, not too thick, just so it glides on nicely. And then secure your arm on something and try and do like a flowing line. Sorry, my alarm. So starting over here, and don't stop until you get to the end. It is really difficult, but you also don't really want to talk. So my eyes aren't even, so that's why the line isn't very even. I think it looks pretty cool. Then I take my smaller brush like this, and I've just gone in with the pink, again just sprayed it with water, go in with a pink and draw some hearts on the outer edge, and then just clean off the brush, and I do the same with the white. Let's remove the eye tape. This line is also a little bit more pink. I don't know if the eyeshadow seep through, but it's not that pink on that side, so maybe at the end I'll just go over it with some more white, but for now we're leaving it at that and moving on to the gems. Just use some eyelash glue and obviously some gems I picked up from Amazon. I'm using this, I don't know what it's called, but it's from Amazon, and I'm using number 9. Just using some tweezers, you just pop them on the glue. It's best to wait until the glue's a bit tacky, but I'm just going ahead and doing it now, otherwise it can slide. And that's the eyes complete. So I'm just going to jump off camera and do some mascara and lashes, and then we'll move on to the face. So as we've left the primer for quite a while now, I think it's fully sunken in. So let's move on to foundation. So today the foundation I'll be using is the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Foundation with hyaluronic acid. So it looks like that. My pump is broken, so I don't know, it won't pump anything else. So I actually have to open it up, and it's not very hygienic, I know, but I just take some out and then wipe it on the back of my hand. It is super liquidy. Then I'm just gonna grab a brush, pop this all over the face. Moving on to cream bronzer, I'm using my She Glam Contour and Sculpt Stick, and I'm just going to use my same foundation brush. I usually do that, and just pop that on the cheek. I'm also just going to add a little bit of this Color Dream Stick by Beauty Treats. It is the color changing lip balm, just to moisten up my lips for ready for lipstick. Next, moving on to cream blush, I have this one again from Scarlet Hill, and it is in the shade Raspberry. So what I like to do with this is just put a little bit on the back of my hand, because this is so pigmented, and then the same brush again, and just dab some of that on and then pop them on the cheeks. There we go. And then lastly, for cream products, we have concealer, and I like to use 2 always, a brightening shade and then one similar to my skin tone. So I'm going to take the brighter shade and just pop it on the darkest bit of my under eye, and then I take the other shade and I pop that like just below that, and then a little bit under the eyeshadow, and then just popping my sponge on and bouncing that around. It gives you a nice brightening effect. So moving on to powder products now. To set under my eyes, I'm going to use this Collection Lasting Perfection Sheer Loose Powder. This was in my last project pan and it's almost finished, so I still just use it just to set under my eyes. But I just take it on my sponge, pop it on my hand just to distribute the powder better, pop out the creases and then set. Then for all of my face, I'm just going to go with the Modelite mattifying powder. Just take it on a big fluffy brush and I just swirl my brush in it and then just pounce that on the face. For powder bronzer, I have this smudge pressed powder in the shade Caramel, and this is actually like a foundation powder, but I'm using it as a bronzer just because it's nice and smoothing on the skin and also provides a little bit more coverage. I also do like the shade of it. It's not too orange, not too neutral, not too cold, just right. So popping that in the usual places. For highlighter, I have another smudge product, and this is supposed to be a blush, and it is a smudge rosy blush powder, but I don't know if you can see. Let me open it. It is complete shimmer. So I use this as a highlighter and it's pink and it suits today's theme. So just coating my brush in there and popping it on the high points of the face, on the brow bone. There isn't much of my brow bone sticking out, so what is left, I'll pop that on down the middle of the nose. Then for blush, I have this Bobbi Brown blush in Sand Pink. I just really love the tone of this, so I thought it would match the eyes really nicely. So popping some of this on the cheek. I love it. I think the look is coming together really nicely. Just gonna make the cheeks extra rosy today and just going over it just on the inside of the face with my powder brush just to blend it all in seamlessly. Then I'm going to go ahead and set my face, and for this I'm using another smudge product, which is the Smudge Glow Fixing Spray. This again is one of my most affordable setting sprays, but I love it because it's heavy duty, it lasts, and it adds a subtle glow. So let's go ahead and set the face. I'm almost out of it, so that's not a good thing. So I'm going to go ahead and just put some mascara on my under eyes and take down my hair, and then we'll go ahead and do the lips. Okay, so I thought we need to finish up under the eyes as well, and what I will do is just blend the red and the pink together. So I'm going to do the red on the outer third and then the outer half, and then the pink in the inner half. So let's just do that quickly. So I'm going to pop this on the lash line. Red is pretty dodgy because obviously it can look like you're ill. So you don't want to blend out the red too much. You really want to just leave the pigment so it looks intentional rather than looking like you have pink eye. The same with the pink as well. I'm just cleaning off my brush on a towel and then going in with the pink. And I'm literally just pushing it into the lash line. Oh, before I forget, I'm going to add some pink gel liner. This one is from Wet n Wild, and I'm just going to pop that in my waterline. I think that cream or white looks way too stark on my eyes, so I found a light pink looks a lot more natural on me. But you can use a white or cream color if you want. And then I'm just going to pop some mascara that I used on my top lashes on my bottom lashes, and this is just the I Love Extreme Volume mascara from Essence. My bottom lashes look so long when I do this. For lip liner, I'm using this MUA Intense Lip Color in the shade Diva. It's like a really deep red, and I really love this color. For lipstick, I'm using my Urban Decay Vice lipstick in the shade Bad Blood. These are discontinued and they have new packaging now, but I've had this one since like 2018 and I still love it. And it still smells fresh, so I'm using it, and that I'm just going to use to fill the lips. I feel like we need a little bit more blush, so I'm going to take the blush brush, not adding anything on it, and just add a little bit more. And there we go. So let me zoom in to see our finished look. So I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, just a little Valentine's tutorial, and hope you liked the look. Hope everybody has a very lovable Valentine's Day. If you don't have one, have a great Galentine's Day, but I'll see you all on my next one. Bye guys.